Piyush, I do have one question before we
Ye-
get started. So
Yes, Lakshmana.
actually, I do wanna know about the like roadmap of this course, like the timeline when we are going to complete the course. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you covered it yesterday, but I just wanna ask. And also, if you are going to cover anything on the MCP, or do you have any the course agenda to share?
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. We do have everything. So, Lakshminath, what I would suggest is like just drop me a WhatsApp. I'm available on all the groups. So, there are a couple of WhatsApp groups. You can just see my message actually on these groups. Just ping me separately. I'll share this entire course outline. So, if you want to go through this course outline, so you can go through that yesterday's recording. So, guys, I
Okay.
would, yeah, okay. So, guys, I would request you to please stay muted for now. Okay, I just came on camera so that you guys can see me and just we can have a quick interaction. Okay, I'll mute some of you. Okay. Yeah. So welcome everyone. So I'm so glad to see you all. So I see some people like okay, I see Shipra. So she was there yesterday. So Jyotsna, hello. I think she has already registered. I see Rajkumar. He's also registered. Okay, so I'm glad to see you. Thank you so much, guys, for trusting upon me and sharing this wonderful feedback about yesterday's class. Okay, and trust me, guys, energy is everything. Okay, so when you are actually giving interviews, I'll keep on sharing such kind of tips with you. Okay, when you are sharing interviews, okay, don't just sit sitting as if you are kind of scared. Actually, you want to project your confidence, you want to project your conviction and your energy, because energy is transmitted. You don't understand this, but Samuel, person, the one who's taking your interview, he can understand your vibe, he can understand how much confident you are based upon your tonality. So all these things are extremely important. You want to work on your communication skills, you want to work on your leadership skills. If you think technical skills are alone enough, the answer is no. Sorry, from my 20 years of IT experience, I'm telling you that people who are on the top, not they are at the top not just because they have pretty good technical skills. Yes, they have good technical skills, but more than the technical skills, they have leadership skills, they have communication skills, they have the art of persuasion, they have good sales skills also. So if you think only technical skills are enough, no, it's not. Okay, so okay, so to preserve my bandwidth, I'll keep my video off now. Okay, so I could see some good number of faces, and thank you so much again for sharing your such a wonderful response from me yesterday's class. So some of you have not gone through the previous day recording. I would suggest. So this recording is already available on the group. You can go to the previous recording. So I have shared the entire course outline. And if you still have questions, any doubts, like Lakshminath was asking me, you can ping me personally. My number is 7738532684. Let me just post on the chat itself. So 7738532684. If you have any questions, anything about the course, the curriculum, anything, you can just ping me. Okay, and no question is silly. And please don't apologize to me saying that Piyush, this may be a silly question, or no question is silly because I've been through your situation. Okay, no question is silly. If something is not clear, so be it. That's it. Okay, yeah. So Lakshminath has even pinged me a WhatsApp right now. I just see. So some of you are very, very quick. Okay, yeah. So for the new people, I'll just quickly share my introduction. So some of you were not there yesterday. So hi everyone. Okay, so I'm Piyush Gupta. So I have around 20 years of, not exactly 20, so I mean 19 and a half, between 20. So years of overall IT experience. So I'm originally from Punjab. Okay, so I'm currently working as a senior test automation architect. So I'm working for a Bangalore-based company. It is a completely work from home. Luckily for me, I don't want to go to Bangalore surviving in that traffic. I'm so glad I'm currently in Punjab location. That is where I am. I speak only Hindi. English, I think Hindi and I translate it into English. That is how I deliver my lectures. Okay. So sorry. Okay. I'm still not perfect. I'm still trying to make my communication skills even better. Technical skills, I'm every single day I'm looking to improve and learn. That is what I keep on sharing with you. I want to share my thought process with you. This is not just a course, guys. Yes, we are going to study together. But more than that, I'll be sharing my thought process behind these 20 years. That is something, unfortunately, I never got from my seniors. Because if somebody was there, unfortunately, was not ready to share his thought process with me. Okay, my manager was not ready to help me. You call it politics or whatever, I don't know. But I believe that if I believe in abundance, okay, I'm ready to share my thought process, my whatever knowledge I've uh, accumulated over these years. Why? I believe that nobody can replace me. That's the confidence I have. The same confidence I want to you to develop actually. Okay. And yes, I would request you all to please stay muted. And if you have any questions, any doubts, I would suggest just raise your hand so that nobody should feel disturbed. Okay. So yes, so in these 20 years, I started as a manual tester. I started with a tool called QTP. Some of you might have heard. So later on, it got changed to UFT, Unified Functional Testing, but it was a heavily paid tool. And afterwards, Selenium has kind of completely killed. Some companies still use UFT nowadays for their legacy projects, but most companies have shifted from UFT to Selenium, and now there's a migration going on. A lot of projects are now looking to get into Cypress around 20-30% and majorly into Playwright now. Okay, that is what we are seeing a shift. So as I was mentioning in yesterday, okay, so some of you who don't or not aware about this shift, you can go to npmtrends.com website and you can just compare Selenium versus Cypress versus Playwright. You will understand where industry is heading. Playwright is going big time, guys, nowadays. Okay, so yesterday I was sharing with you that you all should have a prerequisite which is called as your Node.js, which is your execution environment for JavaScript. If you want to run JavaScript on your machine, the first prerequisite is you should have Node.js on your machine. Just like in order to run Java, you need JRE. Similarly, to run JavaScript, you need Node.js. Okay, and then you also need a software, an editor called as VS Code IDE. Okay, so what I'll do is okay, so guys, some of you have some questions. Himanya, I'll surely help you out with your questions so you and I can connect personally. I'm not sure what exactly is your issue. Okay, so I'll definitely help you out with this. All right. So, okay. So just a sec. I'm just muting out some people. So guys, I would request you just stay muted. All right. Now, I'll share with you quickly how to install, you can say a JavaScript. Okay, so basically your Node.js and your VS Code editor. Okay, so what do I do? I'll share my screen now. So please let me know, guys, if you are able to see it. Are you able to see?
No, Piyush.
No.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, I'll share it again. Okay, now visible to you guys?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, so, okay, yeah, already open whiteboard because I wanted to show you a couple of things. Okay, so the first thing what we want to do is, so this is a document. I hope you hear me out properly. Please let me know. Is my voice clear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So guys, this is a document that I've already people. So I'll share it with you again. So I have already created a folder wherein I'll be adding all the notes, all the JavaScript files, what we'll be covering in this course
Piyush, you're
inside this
breaking in
folder.
and
Fish,
out
So
you are
this document is
breaking.
also,
sometimes.
you're not able to hear me properly,
Piyush, you're
Yeah.
breaking in and out.
but I can hear you very.
Yeah, but your voice is breaking up as you're talking, so you need to be. I think you have an internet connection that's breaking off a little bit.
Okay. So, you're breaking at times. Okay, just give me one sec, guys. Let me just switch my internet. Just give me one sec. Hello, guys. Are you able to hear me now? Please tell me.
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear you
clear.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So guys, this is a place where I'm currently in Pune location. Okay, so it's my second last day here, and anyways, by the next week, I'll be at my home, which I have a fantastic internet connection, 200 Mbps. I don't know, this internet is somewhat crazy actually here. So just bear with me. Okay, so I was talking about this document. So inside this document, what I have done is I have written all the steps how to install Node.js. So what you have to do is search on internet, okay, search for Node install. It will take you to this page. You may have a Mac, you may have a Windows. It doesn't matter. The only important thing that you should understand is you want to go with the LTS version. LTS stands for long-term stable version. Now, it's not just about Node.js. Any software that you're looking to install, you are looking for the stable version, not just the latest version, because the latest version may or may not be stable. It may have the latest features, fine, but whether it is really stable or not can be a question mark. So you want to always go with the LTS version. So by default, it will show you the LTS version. So whatever Node.js version you are able to see, okay, you can just install it. Yes, my Node.js version is slightly older, but that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm also having an LTS version. Okay, if required, I can even upgrade my LTS version too. Okay, but that's fine. Okay, for Mac, I have written these steps. For Windows, I have also mentioned these steps. For Windows, what you have to do is just click on this MSI installer. And if you are not sure which one to use, I have even written this. So if you are having a 64-bit machine, you want to go with x64 installer. Okay, or if you're having a 32-bit machine, you want to install this x86. Okay, and this is how you can even check your system architecture. Okay, so same for Mac. Like most of you, I believe, should be on a latest M1 chip and onwards. So for latest Mac machines, you want to go with ARM64. But for some reason, if you still have older or Intel-based Mac, which is a very older Mac machines, you want to go with x64. That's it. Everything I've written over here. For Mac, you will get this PKG file. Okay, just double click on it. Installation is a very simple process. Just click on next, 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 continue, whatever. Okay, and finally on Mac, you will see this. Okay, this is what you want. Okay, and eventually you don't even have to set this path already. It will automatically be reflected. So this is about your Mac installation. Very simple, very straightforward. For Windows, after you'll install Node.js, you will see this folder Node.js inside your program files folder. Okay, and then what you want to do is you just want to copy this path. So 90% times it will automatically set the path in your environment variables. But in case if it is not set, this is how you want to do it manually. But 90% times it should be set automatically. So just follow all these instructions and you will be able to install both Node.js as well as your VS Code later. So this is about all these steps. And finally, you want to install Visual Studio Code. Now, why Visual Studio Code? Because Visual Studio Code has a fantastic connectivity with JavaScript. Okay, now if you are thinking about why not Eclipse, why not IntelliJ, because that is a pretty good one. Like some of you are from Selenium background. I know you might have used either IntelliJ or Eclipse, which is very popular for Selenium and Java because they have very good connectivity with Java. Now, when it comes to JavaScript, Visual Studio Code, yes, it is developed by Microsoft, but it is an out-of-the-box connectivity with your JavaScript. Okay, so 99% developers in the world, they go with Visual Studio Code when it comes to JavaScript and TypeScript, which has a fantastic connectivity. Yes, you can still run Java code inside your Visual Studio Code, but you need some third-party extensions. Okay, so yes, you can still run Java, but it is not as good connectivity as you'll get in Eclipse or IntelliJ. So, okay, that is what it is. So all you have to do is just come over to this page, okay, and just select whatever option you want. Maybe for Windows, you'll install this one. For Mac, you want to install this one. And I've written each and everything. Most of the times you want to go with the system installer. Okay, so, and then I've even written what architecture to choose. Everything is written over here. Okay, and then once you launch your VS Code for the first time, it might give you this option. Okay, just select this option. And I've even given what all things you want to install. Node.js you want to do. Git is something for version control. This is currently optional, but IDE is mandatory. And finally, yes, this is also mandatory. Playwright extension for VS Code. Yesterday, I was showing you how to install Playwright extension. So once everything is done, you want to confirm it. Okay, so what you want to do is just run these commands. npm-v. npm means node package manager. And it comes automatically when you install Node.js. You don't want to install npm separately. Okay, so npm will give you a version. Node will also give you a version. Your version could be different than mine, which is absolutely fine. But make sure you are having an LTS version. Okay, and finally, if you also have Git, you can even check. So this Git version. And yesterday I even mentioned how to install Playwright. So once you are able to open VS Code, okay, open an empty folder, just drag and drop into VS Code. It will be an empty folder and it will look something like this. So Playwright automation, whatever folder you want to create. In my case, I have created this folder, Playwright November batch or something. And yesterday we installed Playwright. So that is why I'm able to see all these folders. But initially it will be completely empty for you guys. So what we want to do here, it is very simple. So for Playwright, just run this command, npm init playwright @latest. Okay, and it is going to ask you questions. Firstly, it is going to ask, do you want to install TypeScript or JavaScript? Which language you want to use? You can go with any language. For now, I've just chosen TypeScript. Okay, and then simply click on enter, enter, enter. Everything. For any default option, just hit on enter. And some of you were having questions regarding Playwright browsers, like some of you were messaging me. So Playwright has its own browsers, which is Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. WebKit is the engine for Apple Safari. So this is the Apple Safari browser, but inside it uses an engine called as WebKit. I have this Chrome on my machine. Okay, so okay, I'll mute some of you. Okay, so I have this on my machine, okay, which is Chrome. But inside, some of you may not be aware, but Chrome uses an extension, an engine called as Chromium. So Chromium is an engine as well as a full-fledged browser. Okay, and the very interesting thing, some of you will be pleasantly surprised to hear this, that Microsoft Edge, this browser, in fact uses Chromium as its own engine. So Chromium is an open source engine. So it means I can take it, you can take it and create your own browser on top of it. So what Google, Chrome and Microsoft Edge, they have done is they have taken Chromium as their base. They have added their own logos, some special functionalities related to Edge and Chrome, and they have created their own browser. They call it Edge and Chrome. Okay, but they both have a common base, which is your Chromium. Okay, so when you install the Playwright browsers, it installs its latest and stable versions of Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. Okay, which are thoroughly tested by Playwright. Like some of you are from Selenium background, some of you might have seen before Selenium Manager 4.6 before, it was a pain in Selenium. Okay, so maybe your browser automatically updated and the browser driver version is mismatched and your Selenium script starts failing. It was not easy process, especially for beginners. A lot of people face a lot of challenges, but here we don't have any such challenge. Installing Playwright browsers is super simple, guys. Okay, just hit enter. That's it. And finally, you should see a message, happy hacking. Okay, and eventually you will see the folder structure. So this is something what we saw yesterday. Okay, and we even created our very first Playwright script. So some of you who didn't go through yesterday's recording, who are joining it for the very first time, I would recommend please go to the first day recording so that you can also see how to create our very first Playwright script, even if you have zero coding knowledge, even if you have zero Playwright knowledge. And that is how we got started. Okay, so this is about a small recap what we have done yesterday. And from today, what I have planned is it is a regular class from now onwards. Okay, so we're going to start from, in case if you are thinking, what is the agenda for today? The agenda for today is we'll be starting with the basics of JavaScript. Okay, so I think around next 30-40 minutes, we'll be talking about basics of JavaScript. Okay, and by 8:30 or so, I'll be opening up for questions because a lot of people are joining for the first time and they may have some questions. So around 8:30 or so, I'll be opening up for questions. Okay, for now, we're going to start with JavaScript. So we'll be covering JavaScript from basics. I'm assuming you guys know nothing. Yeah, some of you already have good knowledge of Java. So for you, transitioning to JavaScript is really simple and you have an edge. But some of you who are learning JavaScript for the very first time, don't lose heart. We are covering everything from scratch. Okay, so it is going to be very super simple. And trust me, JavaScript is super easy, guys. And that should be your right thought process. So every single day when I wake up, I tell myself, Piyush, you are the best. You are automation architect and you are the best person in your field. Why? I want to train my mind. And this is something you want to train. Some of you do your negative self-talk. Okay, you keep on saying, I'm not good. And you keep on saying it, and that is why you start believing it. So please stop poisoning yourself. Very, very important thing. Okay, you want to basically put positive in your mindset every single day. So JavaScript is easy because JavaScript is easy. Now, let's start with JavaScript. So the first thing I just told you that we can run JavaScript right inside the browser. So yesterday I was showing you. So I'll open google.com. How do I run JavaScript on my browser? Very super simple. Simply right click and click on inspect. You can run any JavaScript code inside your browser. So in order to run JavaScript in your browser, you don't even need something called as Node.js. Okay, because Node.js is required when you want to run JavaScript outside the browser. In fact, all the browsers that we have, they have an inbuilt support for JavaScript. You don't need Node.js. This is very important thing you should understand. So guys, my responsibility is not just to teach JavaScript. My responsibility is to clear your fundamentals, your concepts. If the concepts are clear, clearing interview should be automatic. If the concepts are clear, working in any Playwright project should be easy. That is how we'll differentiate ourselves. Okay. Now, the first thing, can I run JavaScript, any JavaScript code? So if I run this, maybe 1 + 2, very simple thing. You might be thinking this is silly, but this is JavaScript that I'm running on my machine. All I have to do is just type any JavaScript command, say console.log of hello. What is this? This is console.log is for simply printing something into the console. I'll simply hit enter. Okay. And in fact, I'm anyways in the browser console. I don't even need console.log. I can simply write hello like this. Okay. So I am in the browser console. All right, so we can run JavaScript, but professionally, I cannot write my entire Playwright code here. This browser console is for running basic JavaScript, not for running a full-fledged framework and all those things. If you want to write full-fledged code, full-fledged JavaScript, browser is not the right place. There you need a professional IDE called VS Code or something like this. Okay, so for now, what I'll do is I'll create a folder. Okay, how do I create a folder in VS Code? Just select the second option. If I bring the mouse, it shows you this option, new folder. Okay, and make sure this blue boundary is selected like this. It means I am creating a folder at the root. But if I select this, and now if I click on the create folder, I am creating a folder inside test, which is not what I want. I want to create a folder at the root. How do I do? Just click somewhere outside. So you see this blue boundary means I'm at the root. Now I'll click on this and create a folder called JavaScript. And you see, I have such nice icons. Why am I getting such nice colorful icons? Because of the extension what I was showing you yesterday. So if you have this extension called as material icon theme, you will get such beautiful icons. Yes, this is completely optional, but anyways, if you're going to work on it for a long time, why not enhance your experience? Okay, so I'm always up for themes, but anyways, it is completely optional. Now, how do I go back to the previous screen? Just click on this Explorer tab. And make sure, guys, make sure that you have this setting, file and autosave set to on. Okay, why? I have seen beginners making this mistake that they are writing code and then they're forgetting to save it. Okay, so if you'll forget to save it, your code will not run properly. So just make sure that you have this file and autosave set to on. Okay, and yesterday's recording, I have told you all these extensions. Please install all these extensions, whatever I've shared you. So this is the most important extension that we'll need majority of times, especially in JavaScript and TypeScript. The extension is Code Runner by Junhan. So because of this extension, I'm getting this play button over here. Okay, so when I'm writing my JavaScript code inside VS Code, I don't have to go to the terminal and I don't have to type some silly commands to run my JavaScript. All I have to do is just click on this button. Super simple. Anyone can do it. Okay, so very, very easy. Going back to the Explorer tab. Okay, now what do? I'll select this folder. You see this blue boundary means this folder is selected. And this arrow pointing down means this folder is actually open, but there is nothing inside it. It is an empty folder. So what do? I'll click on this plus button. And here I'm all set to start my first JavaScript file. How do I create my first JavaScript file? Very easy. Okay, and you'll keep on hearing these terms, very easy. Why? I have conditioned my mind, and that is what I repeat myself, that it is easy. If I keep on repeating, I start believing it. Same thing for you also. Okay, so psychology is very important, guys. Okay, so the first thing, let me create a file called one basics.js. Name can be anything, but you just want to make sure that it should end with .js. .js means it is a JavaScript file. Like some of you are from Java background. For Java, we have a file called .java. In JavaScript, we should have a file ending with .js. Simply hit enter. That's it. Okay, and you see at the bottom JavaScript. So it clearly proves that I'm actually into a JavaScript file. Okay, now The very first thing. I have told you yesterday how to open terminal. Anyone who remembers how to open terminal all the 3 ways? Anyone who remembers it, please just raise your hands. Just raise your hand. Just don't unmute. Otherwise, it will be a chaos if 10 people will unmute themselves. Just raise your
I
hands.
don't know how to raise my hand here.
Oh my God. Okay. There's an option raise hand at the bottom. Okay. So otherwise, imagine if 20, 30 people all unmute themselves at the same time. It will be a fish market. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad to see some people. Okay. So the first person, fastest finger, Vihari. Please unmute and tell me what are the 3 ways of opening terminal in VS Code. Tell me.
Yeah, one is by clicking Control backtick,
Very well. Okay. Second.
and in VS Code at the top we have a menu tab, like there we see terminal option.
Perfect. Second way. What is the third one?
And the third way is in the console, the second bottom section, we have a terminal option there.
Okay, glad to see. Okay, so Vihari, very well. Okay, so you remember all these 3 ways. Ultimately, this is not a test that I was taking. I was just seeing how much you guys remember. Okay, so ultimately, guys, this is something you want to remember. Okay, so yes, you can still click on this and then you can click on this, but this is more of a hassle. The simplest option, what I was sharing is what? Simply use Control and backtick key. In case if you are not sure where is your backtick key, just look below your escape key. You will see a slanting quote. Okay, not the tilde sign, the one that is below, slanting quote with an angle. Control and backtick will open your terminal. How to clear the terminal? Very simple. Control, anyone? How do I clear the terminal? Anyone?
Control L.
Control L. Very good. Control L is going to clear my terminal. Okay, so yeah, and this Control L works also on your browser. Right now, I'm all set to start my first JavaScript code. So the first JavaScript code is what? Let me simply write console.log. Let us write our first hello world program. I want to give you confidence to each and every manual tester who's still thinking that can I really do JavaScript? Let me tell you, you can. Why? It is super easy. Simply write console.log hello world. And with this, your first hello world program is ready, guys. Okay, anyone can do this, even if you have no coding background. Make sure that, see, I'm not getting any white dot over here because I'm having this autosave. Some of the beginners, what mistake they do is they don't have this option on. And now if I make changes, can you see this white dot here? White dot means this is an unsaved changes. Okay, so if you are making changes, but if you're not saving them, JavaScript will not be able to run this file properly. So make sure one option is you can keep on saving Control S or Command S on Mac or Windows. Better option is what I usually do is, and I recommend is select this option, file and autosave. Okay, now you will not be required to save your file automatically. Okay, VS Code will do it for you. Okay, just like how we do in your Microsoft Doc and all those things. Yeah, you don't have to save it. Okay, now the most important question, how do I run this JavaScript code? Okay, so the first most traditional way is what? Run using the node command. Okay, so guys, okay, so run using this. Okay, so what do I do? Simply run this command, node space file name. Okay, now how do I run this? Node space file name. What is my file name? One dot space basics.js. Is it going to work? The answer is no, it is not going to work. Why? See, we got an error, right? Why am I getting this error? Because anyone who can tell me, please tell me, why am I getting this error? Anyone?
The command is wrong.
Basics.js, right?
Okay, yeah. So the issue is what? I have to give the complete path. I'm simply telling Node to search for this file, but this file is not at the root. If it was at the root, I can run this, but it is currently inside the JS folder. So what do? Control L, up arrow key. Before this file, I simply add test folder. Okay, so not test, it is inside the JS folder. So JS and /. What does it mean? I'm now telling Node.js that, hey, run this file, one basics.js that is inside the JS folder. That is what it means. Simply hit enter. Now let's see. Okay, so what is happening here? It is saying what? Because of this space. So what do? What I'll simply rename this file to basics.js. Okay, now I'll run this code. So guys, whenever you get any error, the best thing I want to tell you is what? The first thing is never ever panic. Okay. You never want to panic. Okay. You want to have this thought process. I can figure things out. That is the right thought process that you should have. Never panic. Okay. So what do I do now? Simply I'll remove this JS slash basics.js. Let me hit enter and see this. I'm getting this output. Hello world. Okay. So, but this is kind of a hassle, no? Every time I have to open the terminal and type this command node. So this node is constant. Why? You are using Node.js to run this file. But this is kind of a hassle according to me. Every time you have to open terminal and type this command node space file name. Even better option, let me tell you. Let me quit the terminal. Even better option is what? Just click on this play button. I hope now you understand why I told you to install this extension, Code Runner by Junhan. Okay, so Code Runner by Junhan is going to basically do what? Simply run your JavaScript code. That's it. So simple it is. Okay, all you have to do is what? You don't have to remember any command. Okay, it doesn't matter where your file is present. Inside the folder, outside the folder, doesn't matter. Just click on this button. How to get this button? By using this extension. So guys, please stay muted. Thank you. Okay, looks like some people are joining, but they don't have this auto mute option on. That's okay. So I hope you have understood how to run your first JavaScript code. So in your browser, which is this one, you have to use, sorry, you don't have to use console.log, which is optional here because you are anyway in the browser console. Okay, you don't need console.log. But in VS Code, it is mandatory to have console.log because if you remove console.log from here, now VS Code doesn't know what to do with this string. This is a string. My name, Piyush, is a string. Your name is a string. VS Code doesn't know what to do with this string. This is not browser that it is going to print it. So now if I clear it, this button, you see, clear output is going to clear your output. Okay. Now if I click on the play button, nothing will happen. See, no output. So if I want an output, I'm doing Control and Z. Okay. So now I'll get this output. Okay. So this is your first JavaScript Hello World program. I think this should give you confidence that this is not difficult, very, very easy. Now, we'll start with your primitive types. So we are officially starting with our JavaScript from here. Okay, so primitive types. Now, what are primitive types? Firstly, in IT, in basically 2025, we are surrounded with data. So if we talk about the data, for example, this Piyush Gupta, this is my name. What is this? This is a data, some information I want to store. Okay. If I want to talk about, let's say, my first salary, which was 8,000 rupees back then when I started my career in 2006, that was my actual salary. Okay. So suppose I want to store this information. So yeah. So I need something. Okay. Let's say I want to store some more information, say true or false. How do I store this data? In order to store this data, okay, I want something. In Java, we have something which is called as data types. In Java, we have data types. In Java also, JavaScript also, we have data types. Basically, what we want to do, we want to classify this data. What do I mean by classifying? This data is not number, it is a string. This is a number. This is a Boolean value. Boolean means this data that can only be answered in either yes or no, true or false. Suppose if I ask you a question, is today Sunday or not? Yeah, you can only answer yes or no. You cannot say maybe, right? There is no maybe answer here. Okay, so there are questions which can only be answered in true or false. So if I want to store this piece of information, how do I store? Okay, for this we have primitive types. So the first primitive type is what? Okay, the first primitive type in JavaScript is your number. So now let me do one thing. If I want to basically, so first thing is, what are these two forward slashes? These two forward slashes is called a comment because if I'm a beginner, I may want to write a lot of comments for my own understanding. Okay, some of you will create comments for your understanding. We want your VS Code and your JavaScript to ignore these lines. Okay, so to ignore, you simply use this two forward slash, which means ignore these lines, as simple as that. Okay, so the first primitive type is your what? And I'm creating a multi-line comment now. It means everything I'm writing in between is a multi-line comment. So the first primitive type is your number in JavaScript. In Java, we have int, byte, short, and all those things. But in JavaScript, we have only one type. We don't have int, float, double, and all those things. In JavaScript, we have one type, number. Okay. Then the second type, we will talk about this in details. Second data type is your string. Okay. String means what? This is a string, means a group of characters. Okay. Like in Java, we have char data type, means for storing single character. But in JavaScript, we don't have any char data type. We have only one type. Whether it is a single character or group of characters, it is one type. String means a group of characters. Your name is a string, means it is a group of characters. As simple as that. The third one, Boolean, we just saw, that can only be answered in true or false. This is the most simplest data type, guys. Yes or no, true or false, 1 or 0, whatever you may want to say. Okay. And then we have two more, which is your null. We'll talk about null. We'll also talk about something called as undefined. Okay. So these are your how many data. Okay. And if you see my application window is such a small window. Okay. So how do I make it bigger? The first thing, I can close my terminal. How do I close my terminal? Again, I'll press Control and backtick. So my terminal is closed. Okay. So, and now you see my coding area is quite bigger now. If I want more bigger screen, I can even click on this Explorer tab, and you see I'm getting even further bigger view. So that is completely your choice, optional. How do you want to code? Okay. So these are your 5 data types in JavaScript. Technically, there are 2 more, which is your symbol and bigot. These are not very frequently used. Okay, they are used in special cases or edge cases, but something to know that these 2 data types are also there. But 99% times in JavaScript, you will go with these 5 data types only. So the purpose of data types is what? Classify the data. Like this comes under which type? String. This comes under which type? Number. Okay, and then we have this as a true. True is Boolean. Okay, so this is your data type. Okay, very simple. Okay, so now we are going to start with the first data type, which is our number. We will study numbers in depth, and not just numbers, all of these data types in depth. Because if we want to get better with coding, we should have a thorough understanding about all these things. Okay, so how do we store numbers in JavaScript? Very easy. This is a number. This is also a number. Even floating point is considered as float in JavaScript or double in JavaScript, while in JavaScript, they are all under one type, which is number. This is also a number, even though it is a floating number, or we say in simple terms, a number with decimal points. This is also, it is coming under the number type. Okay, so we can have something like this also. We can have a negative number. Doesn't matter what am I using. All of them belong to this number type. That's it. So what do we learn from this? JavaScript has one number type. It contains positive numbers, negative numbers, fractional numbers. Okay. In fact, all of these numbers. And the next thing we should understand is slightly advanced, but something we should know. JavaScript has something called as precision points. What is precision? Whenever I'm using a dot, using a dot and writing something on the right hand side, this is called as precision, means how many digits I have after this decimal. That is called as precision. So if I say 0.99, it means this has a small precision, and this has a slightly larger precision, means it has 4 digits after dot. It has 2 digits after dot. Pretty simple. But JavaScript has a limitation when it comes to precision. Not many people are aware of this, but something that we should know. I'll tell you. So if you see here, if I'll simply hit enter. Now, why am I switching between VS Code and browser? Because some things are easily, you can say, executed in your browser. Why? Write the code, simply hit enter. In VS Code, what you have to do? You have to write the code, okay? And then you have to click on this button, okay? But sometimes you can even quickly execute your code here also. And notice that this is your how many digits? These are 16 decimal points, okay? So JavaScript can store up to 16 decimal points. Let me show you an interesting thing. If I'll add one more decimal point, see what just happened here. I have not even hit enter. This is a proposed answer, what browser thinks it will give me. Now if I'll hit enter, see, it is giving me 1. What happened? Because I'm increasing the precision points from 16 to 17. 17 is not supported in JavaScript. Okay, so it means we are losing the precision. All right. So this is also a limitation of JavaScript. So suppose if you're working in, let's say, banking applications wherein you want to basically do some very high precision calculations, JavaScript is not the language for you. If you want to go beyond 16 and above, JavaScript is not the language in that case. Or maybe if you are in some scientific calculations which requires very high precision, again, JavaScript is not the language in that case for you. Okay, so you should understand the limitations of JavaScript also. All right. So what do we understand from this? JavaScript has a precision of 16 decimal places. That is what it is. Okay. And sometimes when I was a beginner, I used to write my comments right inside the file so that it is easy. As I'm going through this file, I can look at my comments and I can understand things easily. So it is your call. If you want to write your notes outside, maybe you want to write your notes in a copy or pen, you can write it. Like I usually write my notes in my Google Drive. Okay, so you want to make notes, guys. Yes, I'll be sharing all these notes with you, but still, if you make your own notes, you will retain better. And you want to re-revise your notes again and again. Especially if you are learning things for the first time, because if you think that one time, if you are learning concepts, you will retain the concepts after 10 days. No, your human brain doesn't work like this. Okay, your human brain actually needs something called as repetition, revision. That is why you have to keep on re-revising things. Okay, so this is about your numbers in JavaScript. Now I want to clear the console. Okay, so now if you see, I have made such a mess here. I want to clear the console. One option is Control L. Okay, so guys, please stay muted. Thank you. Now I want to clear the console. Simplest option is Control and L. That is something I've already showed you. Another option, we have this particular button. You see, if I bring my mouse here, this is a clear button. I can simply click on this button. Okay, so I have cleared my console. Okay, now I can do some basic calculations here. So this console also
Piyush, we lost you.
Yeah. I was thinking
Complete.
it's only me.
Piyush, you're not audible. Hello. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, Shrikant, we can hear you and we
Yeah,
can see
Hear
Shrikant,
you.
we
you.
I
can
think
hear
we are
you.
not able to see Piyush on this call.
Piyush is back.
Yeah, let's
Some
wait
network
for him.
issues.
Yeah, we just lost him. Probably he'll come back.
Yeah, so guys, there was a network connectivity issue. So just bear with me for only for today. So from next time onwards, my home is fine. Okay, I'll reshare my screen again. Okay, so I was talking about this forward slash. Forward slash is called the division operator. Okay, so this is division operator, very simple, very
Piyush,
easy.
we
Okay.
actually lost everything. I mean, there was nothing here in this page. So can you
Yeah,
just
after
Oh,
clearing the content,
yeah.
we
no
lost
worries.
everything.
Okay, no worries. I'll just tell you, very easy. I hope you're able to hear me now clearly.
Yes, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I was saying that we can use our console as a calculator. So I can perform some basic operations. For example, I can do 100 plus 5. Yeah, very simple. This is what I'm simply performing basic mathematical operation. And I don't even need internet for this. Why? This console acts like a calculator. This is basic JavaScript. I don't even need internet for this. I can do other things. Maybe I can do 30 multiplied by 5. For multiplication, we have this star. Okay, 30 into 5, 150. I can even do, let's say, 400 divided by 25. So this forward slash is called your division operator. This is your multiplication operator. Okay. Now, some of you may be aware who are from Java background, but maybe I would like to hear from somebody who's a manual tester. Let's see if some of you knows this. Okay. Only manual testers. Can anyone tell me which operator is this percentage sign? Some of you might have heard. You may not have used. Anyone? Anyone? What
Division,
operator is
division and
Vendor.
uh, okay. It is not purely division, it is a modulus operator.
yeah.
Basically, it is also called as remainder operator. So I'll write for you guys. Okay, so this percentage, again, I'm using a comment. This percentage is called as what? Remainder. or modulus operator. So all of these are what? Operators. Multiply operator, / operator. This is an operator. So what is the remainder if I'm dividing 27 by 2? 27 is an odd number. If I use the odd number and if I divide by 2, the answer is 1 because it is
1.
not an even division. Yeah. See the output? It is 1. But suppose if I do 26 mod 2, how do we read this? 26 mod or modulus 2 means give me the remainder when I'm dividing 26 by 2. So the remainder is 0 because it is an even number. Yeah. So manual test is it difficult? No, right? So keep on saying in your head, JavaScript is easy because it is easy. Now, moving on. Spacings doesn't matter in JavaScript. What do I mean? If I write something like this, 4/2, we just saw this. This is the division operator. I can write like this. I can even write 4 space / space and 2. What is happening here? I'm using a space. Why? Okay, for just 2 numbers, this is fine. But if there are so many numbers, so many, you can say operations you are performing, it in that case, it might look slightly harder to read. So using a space, your code will look lot more cleaner. So what is the point that I'm trying to make here? Spacings don't matter in JavaScript. Whether you do this or this, it doesn't matter. There are some programming languages like Python where spacings do matter. In fact, in Java also it doesn't matter, but in Python it does matter. That is why I'm specially mentioning this point. Okay, so that is what it is. Moving on, we can even do some powers in JavaScript. When I say power, it means what? In mathematics, if we go back to our school days, we have heard 2 raised to the power 3 or 2 raised to the power 5. How do I write this in JavaScript? If you are thinking this, no, this is not power. How do I write? It is very simple. 2 double star of 3. And this double star is called as exponentiation operator. Okay, exponentiation operator. How do I get the answer? If I just run this code, I'm not getting the output. What do? I have to use console.log because I'm not in browser. In VS Code, to print something, I have to wrap whatever I want to print inside the brackets. Now, there is one very special feature of this run code option. What is that special thing? Okay, so by default, it is going to run the entire file. But do I really want to run the entire file? May not be. If I'm just practicing a small thing, I just want to execute only this line. What do? Just select this line, only this line, select it and click on the play button and see the output. So JavaScript, in fact, VS Code is ignoring everything else in this file because I've specially selected only this line. So the output is 8. How to read this? 2 cube or 2 raised to the power 3. That is how we can do. Okay. Same thing I can do in my browser also. Okay. So let me clear the console. How do I clear the console? There's a method also clear. Okay, so in order to run any method in JavaScript, we have to use parentheses like this. So 3 ways: Control L, first way; second way, click on this button to clear the console; third way, use parentheses and simply hit enter. And see, your console is cleared. Okay, I can do like this: 5 * 2 means 5 square is 25. Very easy, very straightforward. Okay, there is one more way of calculating powers. Okay, let me close this. So how do I use powers? There is one more way. Let me write this directly inside console.log. And that is, we have something called as math, which is a utility object. In JavaScript, we have some utility objects, which is called, one of them is math. So math is a utility object which gives me so many mathematical related functions. Like if you go back to the school days, you might have seen sine, cos, theta. I've totally forgotten about all of them. Okay, but there are a couple of things like round. You know what is a round function. Okay, so we'll talk about some of these methods. One of them is power. Very easy method. And it does the same thing what I was doing here. Means 2 raised to the power 3. What do? 2, 3. How to read this? 2
Again, we lost you, Piyush. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
So I was saying that we can use either this or this. Both of them are same. There is no right or wrong option here. We can use either of them, which is very, very easy, very straightforward. Okay. Now, somehow I'll go with this option. Why? This is more compact, but this is totally your call. If you're liking this option, you can go with this, but this is more compact according to me. So I'll go with this option, but there's no right or wrong here. I hope this is clear. Any questions till now in this exponentiation operator or anything? Please let me know if you have any questions. You can raise your hands if you have questions. And okay, so looks like there are no questions. Very simple, no? Okay, I'm glad you don't have questions. Why? It means we are getting things. Okay, now we'll talk about some more things, okay, which is called as NaN and infinity. And in JavaScript, it is slightly weird language also. And I'll keep on using this word weird. Why? I'll tell you very soon. So firstly, we have a special something in JavaScript, which is called NaN. Now, what is NaN? It is a special value in JavaScript. Special value in JavaScript, which stands for not a number. Okay, not a number. And very important thing you want to understand is JavaScript is case sensitive. Okay, so you want to be very clear with this. First N and last N are capitalized. Okay, and this stands for not a number. Now, when do I get not a number? Let me give you some examples. So the first thing, I'll go back to the console, Control L to clear. If I do 0 divided by 0, okay, I'll get something called as NaN. Okay, and now if I do, let's say 1 plus NaN, I'm still getting NaN. Okay, this is fine, but this is slightly odd. What is odd? Let me show you. If I do 0 by 0, I'm getting NaN. But what if I do 1 by 0 or anything else other than 0? It is giving me infinity. Okay, this is slightly odd. 0 by 0 giving me NaN or not a number, but 1 by 0 is giving me infinity. So that is something we have learned in school days, that anything that is divided by 0 is infinity, actually. And in JavaScript, it is slightly odd that there is something called as negative infinity also in JavaScript. Yeah, and I was pleasantly surprised when I saw this negative infinity in JavaScript. Yes, we do have something like this. When do I get negative infinity? If I do any negative number divided by 0, we get minus infinity. So we do have such a thing. Infinity is there, minus infinity is also there, and we also have not a number. Whenever we divide 0 by 0, I'll show you in later JavaScript, I'll show you that if we try to perform a calculation, that is not possible. Let me give an example. So if I do, let's say, Piyush, some of you might be aware, don't worry if this doesn't make sense. If I try to do something like this, it is called concatenation. So Java people may be able to understand. I'll explain this later on in depth in strings, what is concatenation and all. For now, this works. But what if I use multiply? I'm trying to multiply a string with a number and I'm getting not a number. So this is Java. JavaScript's way of telling you that, hey, what you're trying to do is not something you're doing right. This is something wrong here. So this is kind of an error in JavaScript, but unfortunately, this NaN comes under numbers only. I don't know why they have kept it inside number. To prove you, let me write like this. So type of is an operator in JavaScript that tells me what is the type of a value. So type of 10 is going to give me what? This 10 is a number. This is how we can find whether this 10 is really a number or not. So if I do type of, I'll use the up arrow key again, and I'll write NaN. Look at this. So NaN is unfortunately a number, but technically it is an error in JavaScript. So there are some small weird issues and some small bugs in JavaScript that they have not addressed it for many years. Okay, so this comes under number, but this is odd actually. It is actually an error in JavaScript. So some of the weird issues in JavaScript that we should be aware of. Okay, so we have seen this also. We have seen the negative infinity also. And in JavaScript, we even have something called as negative 0, okay, which is again odd. I've never seen this in mathematics in my school days, but we have something odd in JavaScript, which is negative 0. Okay, technically there is only 0, and we have positive numbers and negative numbers. 0 is negative. This is, I was seeing for the first time in JavaScript. Now, We'll just see how to declare numbers and then I'll be opening up for questions. Okay, so how to declare variables in JavaScript? Very easy. Variables in JavaScript. So if you are from Java background, how do we declare variables in Java? We do int a equal to 10. Or let me give it a better name, int num equal to 10. This is how we declare variable in Java. Okay, so what does it mean? I'm telling that, hey, I'm creating a variable called number. This is the value that I want to assign to this number. And I'm making sure that it should contain exactly 4 bytes of space in the memory. Means when I say memory, it means I'm talking about your random access memory in Java. Okay, so if I talk about this, this is how we do in Java. But in JavaScript, we don't use any of these types. We don't use any of these types what I have just shown you. So how do we declare variables in JavaScript? We use only 2 things. We use let and const. These are the only 2 ways that we create a variable in JavaScript. And hold on, I know some of you will say that, hey Piyush, we also have something called as var. Yes, we do have var, but you never want to use var. Okay, never use the var keyword. This is also an important interview question. I've seen a lot of interviews asking this question, difference between your var, let and const. And we will see this example later on. At this moment, it will be too much because there are some rules behind what are the issues with var, and I'll explain you this later on. For now, just understand that var is technically there, but you're not going to use it. So if you want to create variables in JavaScript, you will not use int, byte, short, long. This is there in Java. In JavaScript, simply go with either let and const. So how do I create a variable? Simply use let. This is the syntax. Let some variable name. This is how you'll write some variable name equal to any value that you want to assign. This is your syntax, guys. Okay, let, this is the variable name that you want to create. You can give it any name. You have to use equal to, which is the assignment operator. This is the real value that you want to assign to this variable. Okay, so this is how you can create. Now, let me give you a simple example. Let's say I want to create a variable, say counter. How do I create in JavaScript? Just look at the syntax. How do I create? Let space variable name. Give a meaningful name. Don't give a variable name like X or something. Why? This is a very poor name actually. Your variable name should be clear. Anyone who looks into your code can understand the purpose behind the variable. So always give a unique or better name. For example, let's say let counter. I think anyone can understand that I'm trying to do some counting thing. Okay, so what is this that I'm doing? I'm saying that, hey, create a variable in the memory, reserve some space, and what is the value that I want to store in that memory? 0. That is what is really happening. Okay, in simple terms, if you see here in the whiteboard, so are you able to see my screen, guys? This whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in memory point of view, you should understand what is happening. So suppose if this is your memory, now, yeah, suppose if this is your memory. So in your memory, what you are doing, you're reserving a space in the memory. When you're creating let counter equal to 0. So what is the name that you're giving to this memory location? You are giving the name as counter. That is what is happening actually. Okay, so this variable name is actually what? It is referring to the place or the memory location where the value is being stored. What is the value that I'm storing? I'm storing 0. So what I'm storing inside this box? Simply, I'm storing 0 value. That is what is happening in the memory. You should know these things actually. Most people don't talk about this, but this is something that will clear all your concepts. If I'm changing values, what is happening? So this is called as assignment. Equal to means assignment. So what is happening? I'm saying that, hey, assign this value 0 to this variable called counter. And this assignment happens from right to left, right hand side to left hand side. Whatever is there on the right hand side, it is assigned to this variable that is there on the left hand side. Okay, one last thing and I'll be done. Okay, so very important thing that you should understand is you should use lower camel casing. So Java people must be aware of this, but people who are learning coding for the first time, you should always use lower camel casing. What do I mean by this? Lower camel casing means always use the first character of the variable name as in lowercase. Okay, so counter is not like this that you're writing. No, this is not allowed. Technically, you can use, nobody's stopping you, but this is a very bad way of writing. Whether it is Java, JavaScript, any language, always make sure the first character is always lowercase. Okay, so this is called what? Lower camel casing. Okay, suppose if you want to basically join two words, something like this, say, okay, and do you see how I've written? So this is my first name, this is my second name, this is my third name. I cannot use a space in the variable name. And if I want to join them together,
Piyush, you're not audible.
so I was talking about Python, which is having snake case. So in Python, this is called the snake case when you use this underscore. This is something that we do in Python language. But in Java and JavaScript, we don't use it. So in Java and JavaScript, what do? We remove this, we capitalize the character. Same thing. We remove this underscore and we capitalize this. And this is called lower camel casing. Okay, that is what we do. So this was our day 2 class. Now I'm opening up for questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. So sorry guys, this internet is very crazy here. I'm actually in a hotel, so I don't know. I've already raised this issue to them. I was trying my Geo hotspot also. It was also not supporting. So usually it doesn't happen. I'm usually at home. Only at this particular location we are having this crazy issue. Sorry about this. But let us try to be accommodative. So sorry for this. Now I'm opening up for questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm sharing my screen. So now it is all. So I would suggest whosoever has questions, raise your hands. So yes, Hemanya, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, please tell me.
Yeah, all good, Piyush. And as you know, I was asking how do we open the playwright locator when we go to the any website to inspect the elements.
Okay, you're talking about not Playwright Locator. I think you're talking about Playwright Inspector. That is what you're talking
Oh
about?
yeah, inspect.
I was also
Yes,
wondering
sorry.
Playwright Locator. Okay. Okay. I'll quickly show you. So I'll share my screen quickly. So is it visible, Hemanya?
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday I was showing you, I'll open this example.spec.
Yeah.
Make sure you are adding this line, await page.pause. Add this line
Okay.
into your test. Okay, that is
Yeah.
the first thing. Second
Yeah.
thing, control and backtick, open your terminal and run this command, npx playwright and test. Also one thing, okay, let me just put it at bottom. Now look at this. Test.only. Make sure you are adding this only over here. Okay, so this is what you want to add. And finally, what you want to do is npx playwright and test and simply write dash dash headed. Now you will get your playwright inspector. Let me show you quickly. That is what you were asking about, playwright inspector.
Sure, got you now. Only on the Windows which Playwright opens. On there we can find this
Yeah, so
inspector, is it?
yeah, can you see this playwright inspector? It is coming
Yeah.
because of this page.pause.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Any more
Yeah.
questions, Emanya?
No, that's it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great.
Is this the only?
Come again, please.
Is this the only way to get the inspector?
Yeah, this is the only way of getting the inspector. Use page.pause. There are other ways of debugging in Playwright, and that is something we'll see in depth in our Playwright when we'll actually move on to Playwright. But for now, we will use only this page.pause. So this is a very helpful option. Even a beginners can use it. Like yesterday, I was showing you how to create your first Playwright test, even if you have zero coding knowledge. Very, very easy using Playwright Inspector. If some of you who miss recording or miss attending live, you can go through yesterday's recording and see how we created our first Playwright test from scratch. Anyone can do it in less than 5 minutes. It is super simple. And if you still face issues, just drop me a WhatsApp and I'll be able to help you. Any more questions?
Yes, please let me know which is first started, JS or Playwright?
Sai, your voice is not very clear. There's a lot of, clarity is not there. I'm not able to hear you properly. Can you hear me? Okay. So Hemana, you still have doubts? Yes,
No, I can lower my hand. Yeah, I can lower
Okay,
my
okay,
hand.
no worries. Okay. Yes, Abuli, you have a question?
Yeah, Piyush. So, Piyush, I was just trying to compare it with how it works with Java, right? So, when
Okay.
you declare a particular variable over here, so does it allocate a specific size of space, or
Yeah,
it
that's a
is random?
very good question actually. In Java, when we use int, let's say, it is always 4 bytes, right?
Right,
Hemana, this
right.
is what we do. Okay, if we talk about float and double, we have different sizes like 8 bytes and all. But in JavaScript doesn't tell us how much memory it is consuming. Okay, so this is a major difference between Java and JavaScript. JavaScript doesn't tell us how much memory it is actually consuming behind let and const. Okay, but in Java, it is very clear that int always uses 4, nothing less, nothing more. So
Okay,
this, you can call this like a limitation. JavaScript doesn't openly declare how much memory is being consumed by variables. But
got
that's
it.
a very,
And
very thoughtful question. Yeah, go ahead.
reassignment is also possible, right, for all these data types that you explained today?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. It's the
Yes,
same as like you can reassign any value at any point in time for all of these variables.
exactly. Reassignment is also possible. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So say, now you see, I can do counter equal to 1. This is reassigning, right? I can do it.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But for const variables, we cannot do it. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, next weekend, I'll show you how to do all this. So everything will be starting. So from next Saturday, it's a complete class. Like today also, we have a proper class only. Okay. So yeah. But from next Saturday, it'll be a complete 2-hour class from 7:30 till 9:30.
And what about the scope of these variables that you have created? Like, we're going to cover it later, or
Yes. So
uh,
variable scope, variable lifetime, variable visibility, this comes under intermediate to advanced JavaScript.
okay.
For now, you
But
can consider this like a global variable. And I'll tell you what are local variables, function variables, and all. I think that is what you're asking, right?
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. As of now, see, it is very beginning actually. So I don't want to confuse new people. Yeah,
Sure,
that.
sure. Okay, I think once we move on with the
Oh,
next
yes,
topics,
yes,
that'll be
absolutely.
clearer.
I will cover
Okay,
it.
fine.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Piyush.
No worries. Any more questions, guys? Yes, Josana, please go ahead. Tell me.
I need 2 minutes after this call, Piyush.
No worries. Sure.
Want to deal with that issue?
No
Thank
worries.
you.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, is it a daily class or weekly class? I was a little confused.
No worries. It is a weekend batch. So weekend means only
Weekend.
Saturday and Sunday. So Monday to Friday, no classes. And this is and some of you are still having doubts. So guys, please go through the course content. Everything is written over there. So this is a
Okay.
weekend only batch, and the recordings will also be provided. So all these sessions are recorded, and these recordings would be provided to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Hi, Shrikant here.
Yes, Shrikant.
So, yeah, can you share the course content? I missed yesterday. I got the installation file, not the
Okay,
course
okay.
content.
No worries. So, Shrikant, I would suggest, can you please drop me a WhatsApp? I'm available on
Sure.
all the groups. Just ping me a WhatsApp and I'll share this course content with you.
Yeah, sure. And this counter. It is like if you want to define a string. So
Correct.
by default, it is I mean like taking care of that one, like what type of like whether it's a num or the
Oh,
string or
yes,
the.
yes. Absolutely. I can do like this. Let's say full name, something like this. Let full name. See, this is lower camel casing now. Equal to, say, Piyush. What is happening here? I'm storing a string. I'm still using let. So internally, JavaScript treats this like a string. Internally, JavaScript treats it like a number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Piyush, one more question. Yeah, I
Go ahead.
have in the same lines. So once we have declared a variable and assigned a value to it, so while we reassign, we cannot reassign a value of a different type, right? Or is it
No,
also
no.
possible?
That is the problem with JavaScript, and that is why we will move on to TypeScript. Okay, so in JavaScript, I can do this. So yeah, very good question. I can do this counter equal to Piyush. If it was Java, it would not allow this. Getting?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We
in
cannot
Java,
do
it
that.
would not allow it. Unfortunately, I'm using this word unfortunately because unfortunately in JavaScript, this is allowed. That is why we want to use TypeScript so that we get errors quickly.
Okay, so this is allowed in JavaScript,
If
you're
I now
saying.
print console
Oh,
log of counter, see, it is going to print Piyush only. So let me clear it and I'll run it. See the output. It is printing Piyush. In
okay.
Java, yeah, it will throw an error. In JavaScript, it doesn't. That's why we will use TypeScript.
Okay. And in JavaScript, you don't have a capability to uh like control this, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
we don't have the capability to restrict it. That only it should contain or basically restrict with numbers. No, it is not allowed in JavaScript. But we have this in TypeScript.
Okay.
Yes.
Piyush, why it print Piyush, not one?
Come again.
Why it print Piyush instead of one?
Why print Piyush instead of one? I'm not getting a question. If you can tell
No,
me.
the counter is equal to one, right?
Correct. Counter is one, right?
And then you mentioned Piyush, right? Counter equal to Piyush.
Yeah.
And when so it should print one, no?
No. I'm actually reassigning this value to counter. That was the problem I was just discussing. So this is called as what? I'm storing this number in counter. Later on, I'm storing a string in counter, which is
Okay,
weird
acha,
in
okay,
JavaScript. That is why it
okay,
is printing Piyush.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
No worries. Yes, Vijay, you have a question?
Yeah, Piyush. So when exactly are we planning to integrate this Copilot and stuff like that into our coding? Why?
Yeah. So
Because everyone have already started because of the faster to market kind of concept. They
exactly.
wanted to
Yes.
they wanted to do the testing really faster, right? So are
Correct.
we going to do it now in the two or three after the two or three
At the moment,
session
no.
and more focus more on the real time projects? How it is going to be used?
Yeah, so okay, so that's a good one, Vijay. So as of now, we are not integrating Copilot now. Why? Because it gives us suggestions. If I'm a beginner, I want to learn the fundamentals first. Yes, I understand most companies are using it, but for now, I want to strengthen my basics first. I want to strengthen my foundation. When I say mine means I'm talking what from your case.
Yeah.
For now, I would recommend don't use Copilot or any AI tool for now. Focus on strengthening your fundamentals. Once your fundamentals are clear, then you can use AI. Nobody's stopping you. Of course, in fact, you should use AI, but not right now. Over dependency on
And
AI is too much.
in one of my friends' .NET project, I think the script the TypeScripts and Playwright script, the testing is completely automated in the .NET project.
Okay,
I don't know
okay.
how it is working, but I just wanted to ask whether we'll have scope for testing or because
In this,
when he gets the user story, it
huh.
automatically start to develop and everything is
Mm.
updating
No,
end-to-end testing. Everything is done by that agent itself.
no, not possible actually. See, agent can do a lot of things, but agent really replicate your brain because testing is not just automating things. Testing is about thinking critically, asking thoughtful questions. Can agent ask thoughtful questions to the developer or the business owner? No, it cannot. So that is what I
I
keep
think
on.
20-30% of the developers and the testers work are taken care by that, but it is not fully.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nobody can fully automate testing. No, not possible actually. No, if somebody says it, he's actually lying. Sorry, that's not true.
Okay.
Testing is not going anywhere. If you are a good tester, if you are a thoughtful tester who keeps on asking good questions, critical questions, AI cannot do this. Any agent, any AI cannot do this.
Hmm. So basically, I wanted to start to focus on this and what's my case is like I wanted to get into a web SaaS application and
Right.
then start to do the trigger the everything is on the web itself, like
Okay.
logging
Okay.
in
Huh.
and then taking screenshots and
Right.
do a file comparison. Everything is doable, right?
Correct.
When compared to Selenium.
Yes. So that is what I keep on telling people, especially beginners. Selenium is good tool. I'm not saying it is bad tool, but it is not as easy to learn as Playwright because Playwright is a very beginner friendly tool. Selenium is more of a developer friendly tool. If I'm, let's say, starting new, I have zero coding knowledge. Java might look very alien to me. Java might look very tricky to me. But what we have seen today in JavaScript, it is not difficult. Even a manual tester can understand whatever things we have covered. Is it hard what we have covered so far? No, right? Quite simple. But Java code can be very nasty, especially for beginners. So that is what I keep on suggesting people. If you are new to programming, if you are basically wanting to learn an automation tool, you can start with JavaScript and Playwright. Once you have mastered this tool, then you can move on to Selenium. Of course, you should know Selenium also because most interviews they also still ask questions about Selenium.
Whether they use it or not, they will ask all of this.
Yeah, at least they will ask you at least some basic questions. Selenium is kind of considered as a standard. Playwright is the future, but Selenium is still considered as a standard. No sugarcoating here, guys. I'm telling you very openly. You should have at least basics of Selenium. You should know basic knowledge. But start with Playwright first.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much.
No worries. Yes, Sachin. Hello. I think
Yeah,
you're the
hi.
one thinking me on WhatsApp.
Yes, hi Piyush.
Hello.
So
Please
Piyush, I
tell.
have one question. So when you return let counter equal to one, so it
Huh.
created one object in the memory, and the name of that container is counter, right? Now when you
Exactly.
again wrote that counter equal to Piyush, now it created one more object in the memory, but now that counter is pointing to this new object, right?
No,
And
no,
there
no,
is
no.
no,
Hold
and
on,
there
hold
is
on.
no,
Sachin,
yeah,
wait. I'll tell you. When I did, okay, forget about Piyush. Somebody is asking about,
okay,
let me comment. So I started with counter equal to one, correct? So it means
okay,
I created a space or a container in the memory. The container name is counter. The
okay,
container value is zero. Later
okay.
on, I'm doing counter equal to one. What does it mean? I'm saying that assign this new value to this existing counter variable. So it means I'm replacing zero with one. That is happening.
Okay. Okay. Whenever we are like changing the value of a variable, so in
Hmm.
the memory also the value is getting replaced in that particular for that particular object, right?
Exactly.
Like it is
Because,
not. Yeah.
yeah, counter refers to the same memory location. See, first time I'm declaring a
Okay.
memory space using let. Second time onwards, I'm saying use that same memory space what I have declared previously.
Okay. Okay, Piyush. Because in Python, I think it is a little different. So there it creates a new object. Whenever we assign any new value, it creates a new object, and then we have a concept of garbage collector or something.
We
So
do
I
have
think
we have garbage collection here also, and I'll be explaining you in depth how does this garbage collection works. For now, just understand, go with the flow, okay, and everything, all the concepts would be crystal clear. Don't worry, I'll make sure your JavaScript fundamentals would be rock solid by the end of this
okay.
course.
Okay, Piyush. Thank you so much.
No worries. Yes, Vijay, you still have a question? I see your hand is raised.
No, sorry, I'll put the hands.
No worries. That's okay. Any more questions, guys? I'm really happy and really liking when you're asking me these questions. It means it tells me how much serious you are, how much serious you are about your learning.
Piyush, when we have let and what's the other one is consent, right?
Constant.
Yeah,
Const means
constant.
constant. Yeah.
So any difference between declaration of both of this or no difference at all?
No, there's a big difference. I'll explain you next class. You're asking me the next class content now. I can,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Anyways, I can
Okay.
tell you. If I use const, if I change let to const, it means this is not allowed. Means variable change is not allowed. That's it.
Oh, it's const.
Yeah, const means constant. Example, your
Mm.
birth year. Your birth year can change? No. My birth year can
No.
change? No. Your salary can change. It should change. If not change, it's the problem. My salary will change. So it should be with let, but your birth year, such kind of things which are not supposed to change, I'll use const. Getting now?
Yeah, clear.
Yes. So as I keep on mentioning, JavaScript is easy. Yes, guys. So Vihari saying overwritten. Yes, overwritten is not allowed in the case of const, but if it is let, I can overwrite it. With const, I cannot. So
Piyush,
I
you're
would say,
going to, yes.
go ahead, Aboli.
So Piyush, you're going to share some assignments as part of this class today, or
Yes, absolutely. After every class, I will share some assignments so that basically, ultimately, it is about what? It is about stretching and forcing your brain to think what you have done. With these assignments, you will really learn and internalize JavaScript. That is extremely important. I would say critical.
okay, otherwise I was going to ask like what all we can practice and
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, okay.
I will give you so many assignments that if you still think these are not enough, I'll be drowning you with more. You will never be, shortfall of these assignments. Whenever you think you are done with the current assignments, and if you need more, ping me and I'll add more assignments. I've already prepared good assignments. So as of now, we have covered very basics now. Okay. So from next week onwards, I'll be starting with these assignments. And I'll be also sharing all the notes, whatever I'm covering. So I'll be sharing detailed notes. I'm still waiting for questions, guys. Okay, Hemanya, thumbs up. Shipra is saying thumbs up. Okay, so looks like it is clear. So Shipra was actually asking me some questions. So looks like it's all clear. Glad to hear from you. I see some new faces also. So Sarah, okay, a new face. Shruti, I think I'm seeing her for the first time. Sonia was there yesterday. Saundara, I spoke to her today. Okay, I'm seeing some new faces. Okay, Srinivas, I think Srinivas, were you there yesterday? I'm not sure.
I know you might be dealing with a lot of students, Piyush.
Yeah.
We were in touch on WhatsApp as well.
Oh, okay. You're the one. Okay, because I was in touch with 2, 3 Shrikants actually, so I was not sure which Shrikant is it. Okay.
It's Srinivas. You said Srinivas.
Srinivas. Okay. Yes. Sorry, my bad. Okay, Shrikant is
So
he's also a part of this call. Yes, Srinivas. If you have any queries, please let me know.
I sent you a message. Can you please check?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So I've gotten messages from Bihari and some people actually. So okay, I'll see. So I'll surely reply to your messages, guys. After this call, I'll yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, Shrikant, please tell
Not
me.
a question, maybe a confusion or a whenever you compare this JavaScript with Java, I feel disconnected. I feel that I do not have Java knowledge, so that
Oh,
discourages me a lot actually. So
no.
can we avoid that thing? Is it if possible? I'm
We
just
can do that, but why I do this, okay, it's because some of the people have Java knowledge and they feel that they actually tell me the same thing. So in all my previous batches, everybody said that Piyush, we are from Java background, and if possible, if you do a slight comparison, it will help us because in Java we have few things, in JavaScript we have few things. I would suggest if I'm comparing it, okay, you can ignore those parts. So it is only for those people who are having Java knowledge. The point is not to discourage you. Sorry if you think that way. The point is
no. I
encourage you
mean,
something.
sometimes we also get confused, like when you say few things about Java and then you switch back to JavaScript.
Mhm.
So we can get confused as well there. So
Okay. Actually,
that
the
is
thing
why I
is
was.
because most people should know Selenium and Java these days. Why? Yes, everybody is moving towards Playwright. Playwright is growing big time. But as I was mentioning earlier, Selenium is considered as a standard. So every interviewer, even if you are maybe looking to upskill and if you're planning to give interviews, they might ask you still 1 or 2 questions on Java and Selenium. Even if you tell them you have not worked on Selenium, he will still ask you questions on Selenium or Java. Even though the requirement is for Playwright only. So
Yeah,
that is why it helps. Sorry for this if you think that way, but the intention is not to discourage. I'm just here to guide and help everyone.
yeah. No issues, Piyush.
Yes, but thank you so much for sharing. So, and I really appreciate it whenever, if you have any thought, please do share with me very freely. Okay. And I understand that we might have a different point of view, which is absolutely okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for hearing me out.
No worries. I'm always here to hear all my students out. Any more questions? I know some of you are very, very fired up, excited about going to office tomorrow or working. Some of you are working from home. Some of you are looking for a job. Some of you are, I know you are immediate joiners, which is not easy. I understand that. Okay. So if you are immediate joiner, I would suggest please spend more time in your learning. Okay. Every single day. Okay. I would suggest update your LinkedIn profile every single day. Update your Naukri, Monster, whichever you are, I mean, Foundit or whichever portal you are into. Okay. Update your profiles every single day because that signals the algorithm that you are looking for a change. Profiles that are not recently updated, algorithm will not prefer those profiles. It will not give, I mean, weightage to those profiles. So even if you have nothing to update, just click on the save button. Nothing. That's it. Your profile is still shown as updated today, even if you have made no change. Okay. And another interview tip that I'll share with you, some of you just blindly hit the apply button. Please, for God's sake, stop doing it. Whenever you see a job opportunity, don't apply it immediately. Look at the keywords, what are written in that job description. Compare it with your current CV and see whether your CV has those keywords or not. Why? Because most of the times, HR people, those interviews, recruiters, they don't have time to go through hundreds and thousands of CVs because market is flooded with people now, especially after so many layoffs. Amazon have laid off so many people. TCS has laid off so many people. There are so many people outside currently. They are non-stop hitting and apply. Okay. How do you differentiate from those people? Make sure whatever keyword they have in their job description, use those keywords, put it in your CV. Yes, it is a slight addition task, but you want to be smarter, no? You cannot just be blindly applying, okay? And make sure your CV is ATS. It should have a good ATS score because nowadays the bots only are, I mean, verifying and checking your CV. If it is not ATS friendly, it is simply going to reject it. Unfortunately, it doesn't care. Why? It is not human. Okay, so please do these things. And do connect with me on LinkedIn if possible. Okay. And I will definitely share out some good ways how to connect with these HRs and all. So, guys, connectivity is the key here. Network with people. If you think you are shy, stop being shy. It is not going to help you. Okay. You want to be bold, loud, and confident, like I was mentioning you yesterday. Okay. Because if you don't have a job, and suppose if you are not sure about your current future, because some of you are still worried whether you will be a part of next layoff or not. Okay, so that is why constantly upskill yourself. Learning every single day should be a part of your curriculum. Like you take out time for brushing your teeth and taking bath, same thing. You should take out time for studying every single day because times are very critical now. With layoffs happening everywhere, you want to be very thoughtful about your career. And please don't take things on EMI. Please don't take loans these days. Don't buy things on credit. Please don't do this mistake. I'm very good with financial planning also. So I usually tell all my friends and my students, please don't buy things on EMI. Please don't do, especially in this economy. Manage your money wisely. Do manage your money wisely. I'm not supposed to tell you all this, but still, this is
Yeah,
important.
that's so kind, Piyush. Thank you.
No worries. I still remember when in 2008 when the first iPhone launched, 2008 or 7, I don't remember the time exactly. The first iPhone was getting launched. One of my friend told me, Piyush, brand new iPhone is coming. जाके लेकर आते हैं. And I was so silly, so stupid back then. No financial advice. I bought my first iPhone, 36,000 cash paid. Such a waste of money. Now I'm realizing it was such a waste of money. Yes, I already had a good phone. I really didn't need iPhone, but just because I wanted to sound cool, look cool, right, and show off. I'm a North Indian. No, North Indians have this problem of show off. Sorry, North Indian guys, but I so I just bought this iPhone. Okay, cash
Yeah,
paid.
I am also a North Indian actually. So my native place is Gurgaon.
Okay, yeah, I know. So we have some small issues with show off actually. South Indian people are very good, especially in
Yeah,
this case. So,
we should visit them.
yeah, so that is what I was saying. So, guys, please don't splurge your money. Be very, very careful with your money. Very important thing. Okay, go with personal development things. Go read good books rather than watching silly Instagram reels and all. Yes, it is okay to have entertainment. Okay, it is okay to have watch good movies. You should relax, watch cricket match, do everything, but not at the cost of your learning. In my case, if I don't study today, don't have the right to entertain myself if I've not studied for today. Even at my level, even as a senior test architect, I'm still learning every single day. Yes, I punish myself if I don't study today. Okay, so I don't have the right to watch any Instagram reel or Facebook video or YouTube video. No. I know if not everybody will follow it, but I'm talking to those 10 or 20% people who have this. I know you keep on setting goals, but eventually you totally forget those goals only. And you keep on wondering, why am I not doing this? Why am I not being consistent? The problem is we don't know the right ways of tackling it. So for this, we have a very good book by the name of Atomic Habits by James Clear. I've studied this book thoroughly. Okay, I'm a big time reader, guys. I'm a big time reader. Okay, so whenever I'm traveling, I'm always reading books. Sometimes on Kindle, sometimes on a physical book. Some people keep on listening music. That's fine. But I think in morning, when my mind is anyways fresh, why not put something good? So I usually, read some good books, especially on personal development. So one book that has really helped me is get a lot of confidence. I was so shy, so introverted. I read this book, Attitude is Everything. Okay, and it really helped me overcome my shyness, overcome my communication skills. Yes, Amanya, go ahead.
Piyush, I have a question. Like, if by accident, not every day is same, if I
Correct.
drop off from the chat and if
Hmm.
you're sharing anything after dropping off, I think I can't access it, right?
Chat, you mean?
Yes, from this session chat.
Wha-
Like,
uh,
usually, where do you share your recordings or
Okay, okay. No,
documents?
no, no. Okay. So, recordings would be shared in that WhatsApp group. We will be creating a separate WhatsApp group for the people who have enrolled in this course. Okay. So, we will be sharing all those recordings, everything. Chat is not the right way. And some of you are talking about my LinkedIn profile. Let me quickly share you my LinkedIn profile in case if you want to connect with me. So, here, this is me. So, view profile. So, this is me, guys, Piyush Gupta. I am still in love with Mumbai because that is where I've stayed for 10 years. I'm still not ready to change Mumbai to Punjab, where I'm currently right now. So this is me. Okay, so you can find about me. I'm very much active on LinkedIn now. Okay, so that is about me. So this is me. Okay, so yes, I'm still even growing my LinkedIn profile also. I'm still having 30,000 followers and I'm planning to reach to 1 lakh.
Can you share the link in the chat?
Okay, sure. So, okay, I'll share my LinkedIn profile as well.
And you're a premium.
I'm not into premium. So it's see anybody can buy a premium by paying money. I don't know.
No, just to reach you, we need to be a premium.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. So I'm not getting this option of sending to everyone. I'm okay, meeting group chat. Okay, now I've just shared my LinkedIn profile. So Vihari, so I have shared it. So Vijay, I would suggest please don't spam the group. I'll have to remove you if you are just posting some random stuff here. This group is only for testing stuff. Next time onwards, if I'll see you spamming here, I'll have to remove you. Sorry. Any more questions, guys? So Vijay, this is our last warning. If I see you spamming on the group, I'll have to kick you out of this chat. Okay. He's non-stop posting about mobiles and all, very silly. Anyways, any other questions, guys?
No, Piyush. Can I drop? Is that okay?
Sorry, come again.
Can I drop? Is that okay? Or
Oh,
you
yeah,
are
yeah,
going
yeah.
to?
So we are done, guys. If you have more questions, you can go away. You can drop off.
Thank you.
Thank
No.
you, Piyush. Thank you.
All right. Yes, Hemanya, you have a question. Yes, Josna. Anyone, you now you can just unmute yourself now. Totally fine.
Hey Piyush, just quick question. I see you got Postman on your screen. So Postman versus Playwright, what would you prefer for API testing?
Sorry, personal. I didn't get you. Come again.
Postman.
Postman. Okay, okay. See, Postman is for manual testing. Okay, so if you are, let's say, starting out, you want to start with Postman because you want to understand thoroughly how APIs work. Before even thinking about automation of APIs, you want to be good with Postman. That is the first step. Once you are very good with Postman, Newman, and those things, then you want to move to API testing, maybe rest assured. Okay. In fact, Playwright is also very good with API testing. And I'll share in this course how to basically automate APIs using Playwright. It is very easy. Playwright is a very easy tool, guys.
So you would really prefer once you have a good understanding of Playwright, that would be a better option than Postman?
No, nothing like that. Postman is something you should understand. I'm not saying it is a substitute for Postman. You should start with Postman for API testing. Once you're comfortable with Postman, then you want to maybe move to REST Assured or maybe Playwright for API testing. For GUI testing, yes, Playwright is fine. But API testing, I'm talking about. Firstly,
Exactly.
always go with Postman first.
Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions, guys?
Can you please debug that issue, Piyush, since I'm waiting?
We can actually. So maybe if we can.
Well, if you are free, ping me on WhatsApp, then we can connect there.
Let us do one thing. So if it is not too late for you, after this, maybe once we are ending the meeting, you and I can connect separately on a meeting, because I don't want other people to look at what we are doing and all those things. Okay, they don't have this issue anyway. Yeah, so we can connect separately, and I'll surely help you out with this.
Yeah, sure. Please ping me once you are free, Piyush.
Definitely. And guys, yeah. And guys, if you have made up your mind, please do reach out to the team for the enrollment part. Okay. And from next week onwards, so we'll be creating a separate WhatsApp group. Okay. So people who have enrolled, they will be a part of that WhatsApp group. So all the assignments, documents, notes, everything, all those recordings will be shared in that WhatsApp group. Okay. Everything would be shared in that. And the training is actually over. If you still have a doubt or something, you can stay back, or else you can drop off. We are done for today. So Saturday, we'll be starting at 25, 29, somewhere between. I'm very particular about the timing, so you will not see me getting late. Yeah. Yes, Rajkumar, you have a question?
Yeah, Piyush, can you please share the recording of the session for yesterday and today?
Oh, definitely. So Rajkumar, in case if I do forget, please do ping me on WhatsApp personally. I'll share the recording for yesterday and today. So sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, guys, so looks like there are no more questions. So I'm so happy to see you on board. Okay, so let us get started. Reach out to the team for enrollment part, and then let's get the ball rolling. Okay, so see you guys. Take care, and I wish you all the best. And thank you for choosing us. Okay, so take care. Bye bye.
Thanks, Piyush.
All right.